Yeah, that's like my new favorite thing to do. Just throw on some stupid backing tracks and just jam. You know what I'm saying? What's up, y'all? Good morning, Gainiacs. Nice to see everybody. It's your man, it's John One. Good to see everybody. Gigs went good this weekend. It was hot. It was very hot. I made the mistake of putting 13s. Well, 13s. They're Chinese 13s, and I don't. They're Chinese 9s. First off, I found some website that was like, hey, we got dollar strings, and I go through them, man. I go through strings pretty quick. So I bought a whole bunch of them, and I put them on, and they were not. They were huge. So I made the mistake of putting those on my Les Paul this weekend, and just ate my fingertips up, man. Ate my muscles up too, honestly, if you want the truth. My arms and shoulders and forearms got a big old workout from those. So it made me play the Stratocaster most all weekend, which made me think oh man, I don't really play a Strat a lot. You know, when I was a kid, my very first guitar was it was made by the company Austin, and it was like a red Strat copy, right? It was supposed to be a Strat, but it was made by Austin. And I guess it's 2024. We call them S-type guitars now. S-type guitars, whatever you want to call it. But I had always wanted a Les Paul. I had always wanted, because all my favorites played Les Pauls. You know, Joe Perry, Slash. You know, everybody that you like when you're a 13, 14-year-old kid. And so I just hadn't really looked back. And then a few years ago, I was like, man, all my favorite guitar players now play Strats. Stevie, Jimmy, Robin Trower, you name it, man. Everybody plays a Strat. Nothing sounds like a Strat, you know, except for a Strat. So I was like, Heisel, what you doing? So I was like, oh, I need to get me a Strat, right? So this is actually the very first Stratocaster that I ever had. A few years ago, do you remember they came out with the series? It was called Ventura. Now they have the Ventura 2. This is one of the original ones, and I think this is supposed to be like a 50s style guitar. It's got the 6-point tremolo, you know what I'm saying, which I've got it blocked off. I've got it blocked off back here. I don't know if you can see it, but right here, there's a maple block. Chris from Ruth Guitars put that in. Put a treble bleed in for me. I don't think that this one has different pickups. I think the other Strat has different pickups. I did get, because it came with no frets. Just whoever had it, and whoever had it before me didn't have it very long, because these guitars came out in 2019, something like that, and I got it in 2020. It's kind of a cool story. So my wife Cody, if you're friends with us, you know, we're a team. We are just perfect together. We are cut from the same cloth. She likes guitars. I say that I've brainwashed her. Because it's only Marshalls or Gibsons for her. That's what turns her on. And when we met, that's what turned me on too. So now, when I tell her, oh, I want a Fender, or you know, I've really been wanting I've really been wanting a Super Reverb, one specifically, and she's like, oh, that's not made by Marshall. You know, that's garbage. And I got a retrainer, you know. She's coming around. So my wife Cody and I had been saving for a Stratocaster, and not just a Stratocaster, but the Stratocaster, the one that we wanted. We had found some before, and just were not in love. You know, that happens. You know, it takes a while, and we'd been saving for a while. We'd probably been saving for maybe 5 years, so we had enough to buy 20 Stratocasters if we wanted to, but we never found the one. So I started playing in this wedding band, right, like a cover wedding band, and I replaced a guitar player. And the former guitar player had bought this and had just left, had ghosted the band. And the leader of the band was like, I heard you've been looking for a Strat, and I have one, and I'll bring it to rehearsal. So I was like, okay, cool. He brought it, and it was this one. Super cool guitar. I picked it up, and we used to do a lot of we used to do Stevie Ray Vaughan songs, and we used to do Jimmy songs. We used to do Prince songs. We used to do all kinds of stuff, and I think I plugged him in, and then the first thing I played was and it just hit me from that one bar, that bar and a half of music. I was like, that's what the sound is. That's what, it's got these old school locking tuners. I like those, the ones that go in, bap, bap, bap. I was like, that's it. So he told me what he wanted for it, and I paid him. Okay, so I got it home, and Cody was so proud of it. She loved it so much. I took a picture of her with it. Okay, little backstory: Cody had major mouth surgery a few days before. Okay, and going back into memory lane into this time of life, it's tough, but it's all good. She had a major mouth surgery before, but she was a trooper, man. Cody's the toughest person I know, and I got a picture of her holding this guitar, and we went to bed. And then the next day, I woke up. Cody's unresponsive on the bathroom floor. Right, I know that took a pretty harsh turn really quick, but that's a big turning point in our lives. Cody had a stroke from her dental work. Okay, major stroke, and I never got to like dive in on this guitar like I wanted to, because obviously Cody's my number one priority, always. So I'd had this guitar for like 12 hours, and then our lives changed dramatically. So I mean, long story short, she's doing great now. It's been 2, 3, ever how many years since her stroke. She's doing great. She's strong. She gets stronger every day, and she's the most determined person I've ever met. So she's a maniac. Maybe I can get her on camera one day to say hello to you guys. But she never stopped like, oh, the Stratocaster. She loves the Stratocasters for some reason. So that's the story of this guitar. And the story of how I fell in love with him was just necessity. Playing these restaurant gigs. A Les Paul sounds awesome. They're awesome, but first off, they're pretty heavy. They weigh a lot, and second off, not every song will lend itself to that sound. So I'll take this one or my other. And same with the Les Pauls. I usually take at least one Les Paul and one Strat to every gig with me, and this is the one that's been getting the most action. It's called the Ventura. I think you can find these for relatively cheap too online. I think less than $1,000, maybe right at $1,000. But like I said earlier, guitar prices are through the roof. Chris from Roof Guitars put me a cool little plate on the back here. Super cool, right? He also engraved me some stuff on the block. I don't really know why. Cody loves mushrooms, so that's why I got mushrooms back here. This is the 50s style, so it's got the 50s style pickups. They're not too hot. And when I first started playing Strats, I was like, I want a hot Strat. And I have one now, and it's not like this is it. You don't want them to have too much output. The old school locking tuners is super cool. So yeah, man, check those out. Well, I just wanted to say, hey, what's up, y'all? I got crazy gigs this weekend too. Let's see, Friday is at Super Baked Pizza. It's in Cleveland, Georgia. Saturday, you can find me at Betty's 12 to 4, and then 9 to midnight. It's a spot called Juniors in Toccoa. I think I'm off this Thursday, which is a nice welcome change. So we get to do this a little more. I just wanted to check in. Jam, courtesy this morning of Elevated Jam Tracks. they got it going on. You want to check them out. And also, while you're checking stuff out, you can check out downstairs all the links. All the links. I've noticed a few people have streamed the record on Spotify, which is super cool. Thanks for doing that. That's awesome. You can check out my first record too if you like blues music, southern rock, classic rock styles. That's what the first record's called, the Bluebird, and that's kind of what that one gets into. I just wanted to try my hand at songwriting and just put out 2 records because it's 2024 and we can do whatever we want to musically, right? But yeah, man, check back in tomorrow. Check the description. Special shout out to my man Chuck, man. You're my only listener. It's awesome, man. That's cool. We should jam together at some point and do it on Zoom or something. I don't know how they do it, but I'm sure we could figure it out. All right, man. Y'all take it easy. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.